Good evening everyone. For our presentation, first of all, I want to introduce myself. My name is Rachell Evelyn Hianusa from LF24, and my team members are Fanny Jayantika and Natanya Pranata. On this occasion, we are going to bring a conspiracy theory about Walt Disney. Behind the happiness Disney story, there are actually things that are unexpected, which are mythical things. These mythical things can be seen from the Disney logo, which actually has the number 666 in it. That means the devil number. Disney was created by Walter Elias Disney, or he also goes by the name Walt Disney. Walt Disney was an American film producer, animator, businessman, and was known for his influence in the entertainment industry since the 20th century. But there is the rumor that says Walt Disney's body is being kept frozen in the Chronics chamber, even though everyone knows that Walt Disney died in 1966 and his body was cremated after his death. But there is a strong theory that led to a conspiracy about Walt Disney's death into the public. When Walt Disney was still alive, he was very interested in freezing his body when he died. Walt Disney believed that one day in the future someone will invent a medicine that will revive a dead body from
the death conspiration of Walt Disney. He made a frozen story to cover his real story. So if people want to find his death conspiration in Google or others, the story that will appear is frozen story. The second conspiration is about Disney story, and I want to tell you about the conspiration of Cinderella story. Cinderella is a story about a girl who lost her father and taken care by her stepmother, but her stepmother and her stepsisters were very selfish. In the story, Cinderella met a prince and they fell in love. In the second meeting with the prince, Cinderella left her glass shoe because her time is out. The prince took her shoe and made an announcement to find Cinderella by finding a girl who matched the shoe. Cinderella's stepmother want their daughters to become a girl who replaced Cinderella, so she decided to lock Cinderella in a room. But at the end, the prince found Cinderella and they lived happily ever after. The real story, when the prince came into Cinderella's house, Cinderella's stepmother told her daughters to cut their toe so the shoe can fit to their feet. But it didn't work. The prince found Cinderella and at the end they lived happily. At the wedding feast, Cinderella's stepsister were blind because their eyes were eaten by a pigeon.
The third story is about Beauty and the Beast. You must have known about the story of a young girl who fell in love with the Beast. And it turns out that the Beast was cursed because of his selfishness. The Beast was actually a prince and they lived happily ever after. But there are many conspiracies about the true story of Beauty and the Beast. The real Beast was actually a man named Petrus Gonsalves who suffered from a genetic condition known as hypertrichosis and also known as Ambra syndrome, which is defined by an abnormal amount of hair growth on any part of the body, in excess of the regular amount present in people of the same race, age, and gender. In Gonsalves' case, it affected his entire body. Excessive hair growth is the only known effect of the condition. And no, it did not cause Gonsalves to have an oversized body with huge muscle like the Beast in the Disney movies. The hairy wild man was captured and put into an iron cage. For food, he was given raw meat and animal feed. he was shipped to King Henry II of France as a gift for the king's coronation in 1547. King Henry II would attempt to educate and transform him into a gentleman. The boy was given food and clothes. He was taught to speak, write, and read in not just one but 3 languages, receiving the education of a nobleman. The royal court was impressed, and his social status rose, but many people still viewed him as less than human. So in conclusion, there are many things about the true story that turns out unexpected and cruel, which doesn't follow the usual route of Disney, where the ending will be happy and perfect. So that's all for our presentation. Thank you for listening.